Hello YouTube, Superboy Reviews here with another review and unboxing, and today we're going to be looking at the X-Men Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey. She's part of the Sugarman Build-A-Figure wave. So there's something I forgot to mention in my last video. For anyone who doesn't collect Marvel Legends, a Build-A-Figure wave is just what Hasbro does to kind of throw something into the package along with the figure so that you can get a bigger figure that they may not be able to package by itself. So this one includes the face and torso of Sugarman, and then the Nate Gray figure that I last reviewed, it includes the arms. So I wanted to point that out because I think I forgot to mention that completely in the last video. But yeah, that's part of the collecting aspect of it, so that you can complete a larger figure. So yeah, so today we're taking a look at Jean Grey. So let's go ahead and open it up. So Jean Grey in the Age of Apocalypse timeline, which is an alternate universe to the main X-Men universe. She is a student of Magneto, and she is a student alongside some other characters like Weapon X, and a few others who we'll be unboxing later. So here's the figure. Right off the bat, just looking at her, the paint application for her is a lot cleaner in some parts than I think for the Nate Gray. Like my Nate Gray had some paint missing from his hair and other things. Some of the line work could be a little bit better. You can see like on her shirt, I guess that's what it is. It's kind of not as clean, and then on the boots as well. But where the focal point of the figure is right on the front. It's a lot cleaner. So that's a good thing. And then so they did kind of revert back in some of the articulation for this figure. So we have been getting some female figures that have double jointed elbows. Jean does not. I kind of understand why though. They probably didn't want to break up the sculpt of her jacket as much, so I guess we'll have to forgive them for that. Let's see. The eyes are really clean. The eyes have been notoriously buggy for some of the female figures, but they're pretty clean. And this is her look from Age of Apocalypse. So some of you might have been wondering why, hey, Jean, I don't remember Jean looking like that. This is what she looked like in that alternate timeline. So yeah, let's take a look at the Build-A-Figure pieces. So we have the gigantic face of Sugarman, and his torso is like overalls with the, or not overalls, suspenders with the buttons. Alright. And we'll be building that one later. We'll wait on that. So, I wanted to go into some more of the articulation. We already looked at her arms a little bit. So she does have a normal disc and ball head. Kind of gives her that that lollipop kind of look. So they'll probably make changes to that in the future, like we've seen with the Doctor Doom figure, where they have the two dumbbell joints instead of the ball and disc, just because it looks a little bit more natural and you're able to get them in a little bit more natural poses. So her shoulders, okay, her shoulders are shaped kind of weird, and she doesn't have a bicep cut like other figures, but a lot of the female figures don't have bicep cuts, so it's kind of hard to manipulate her shoulders. But it's also probably because of the shoulder pads, so that's okay too. And then, so she has a ball torso rather than a ab crunch, which is also standard for the female figures. She has the updated Marvel Legends hips, so these are a lot better than the T-jointed ball joint hips and the Y-jointed hips they used to have. And then she does have double jointed knees, so that's good. It could be a little bit better, but that's pretty good range of motion. And then her legs move that far forward, and they kick out. Oh, they don't really kick out, so that's good. And they don't go back at all. And then, so she has some ankle articulation. Oh, I was kind of stuck with the paint there. Okay, that's good. Alright, and then we'll see what the ankle pivot is like. Alright, yeah, that's a little bit better than the Nate Gray figure. His ankles almost didn't move side to side at all. They kind of just like turned in and out. It was kind of weird. So that's better. She's probably going to be a little bit easier to stand. So let's see if we can get her to stand. And the paint really gunks up the articulation for the ankles. I don't like that much. Alright, I don't know if we're going to be able to get her to stand. Okay, that's good. Alright, so it's a funny pose, but it's alright. So I wanted to get into some size comparisons for her. So the first person I wanted to compare her to was, the first figure, not person, was, her main universe self before she becomes Phoenix, Jean Grey. So she looks a little taller, maybe just because I have her in a wider stance, but I mean, it's believable that they're the same character. And I think she's considerably younger in the storyline too. And then, we'll move on to her main universe love interest, Cyclops. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good size difference there. And then her teacher in the alternate universe, Magneto. I think that this Magneto figure is just a little bit small, but it's what we have for now. Until that Mafex, the Mafex figure comes out for the Magneto one. So that's pretty cool. And then, some other characters that were important to her story in the Age of Apocalypse timeline were Shadow King. I don't know if Shadow King was actually in Farouk in that timeline, but I just have my Kingpin figure as my placeholder for Shadow King, just because they gave us this cool alternate head. So Jean, she actually had to repress her powers in the story so that Farouk would not be able to find her, because if she was using her full powers, she'd be really easy to trace and very easy to attack as well. And I think that's one of the coolest fights in the animated series, where Charles and the Shadow King are all fighting on the astral plane, and they all look like those star spirit kind of people. Like, I don't know, it's like that scene where Aang is unlocking his chakra on the Last Airbender. That's kind of what they reminded me of. And then so I have her here with Dagger as well, because she does end up getting captured by Shadow King in the story, and then they create Sinister Six. So her teammates on the Sinister Six team were Dagger, and then also Cloak. And then lastly, Sauron. So, this Sauron is a beast. Alright. So, as far as the aesthetics for the figure, just getting the style of the actual, of the comic, of the Age of Apocalypse comic, and how she looks in this universe, they got it spot on. She looks just like the character. Her proportions, like, despite the neck being kind of like lollipoppy, she's just very pleasing aesthetically, and proportionally. She doesn't look very lanky or really like she's not a big chunk of noodles, like how some of the older female figures are. That she actually has some shape now. I know they used to give them noodly limbs a lot, just because they wanted to hide some of the chunky articulation. Alright. Sorry guys, my storage ran out on my camera. So, as I was saying, I don't think that Jean is an essential figure to get from the wave. Just because she's a figure and character that we've already had before. So we've had a few just normal Jean Grey figures, like the Rocket Raccoon Build-A-Figure Wave one, and then also the Love Triangle 3-pack one. And then we've had a few Phoenix figures as well. We've had two, I don't even know how many. There's been a lot of Phoenix figures, both in the red and the green outfit. So I also think just because not a lot of people like Age of Apocalypse, so it's not a must get for everybody. I mean, I said that Nate Gray was a must get, but that's a little different because he's a new character that we haven't had in Legends before. So even though he's primarily a X-Men Age of Apocalypse figure, he's just a cool character to add to the roster. But we have a lot of Jeans. She's only my second one, so that's why I got it. And I personally like Age of Apocalypse. So if I was going to rate this figure out of 10, considering everything we've talked about, considering the way she looks, her articulation, how essential I think she was to my collection, out of 10, I think I would give her a 6. She's not super essential, but I'm glad to have her. So, yeah, that was my review. Sorry about my camera dying there. And this is everything it came with. I haven't assembled it yet. Don't worry, guys. I'm waiting for you. Alright, so for all your geek and collector content, keep watching Superboy Reviews. Superboy Reviews signing off. See ya. Thanks.